Last time we looked at reading one key at a time for animation, but the issue was that if I press a key like J, it'll react once, but if I'm holding the key but nothing more happens, and I really want it to react all the time. So we used has next key typed and next key typed to read the key. But this time we look at an alternative method, and that is a method called is key pressed. I have to give it a key code, and this is a little tricky, but is key pressed is more powerful. Next key typed really only returns a character, one of the characters on the keyboard that I've typed, but it can't respond to arrows or even the shift key or backspace, anything like any special keys like that. But is key pressed can. This key code I give it, we have to use another library. It's called key event, and I'm going to control space to import it, and now I can type, and the keys are all start with VK, and I want to check if the right button is being pressed, so I'm going to write this standard rule that is key pressed key event dot VK right, and if that is being pressed, then I want to speed the ball up. I'm going to copy this code. If it's left, I want to slow it down, move this up, delete that, and turn this into an else if. Okay, and two more cases for the up and down keys. If the key was press was down, I want to move Y down, and if the key pressed was up, I want to move Y up, and I'll delete that and delete all that stuff. Right, let's see how this works. So the animation starts the same, and now I'm going to press and hold K for the up key. Almost pressed the wrong key. K will do nothing. I'm pressing K and J and H, it does nothing. But pressing up, well, whoa, okay. This is a little too responsive. Okay. I can barely control the ball. Right. So the issue here is that this while loop does what it does and then delays for 10 milliseconds. So that's 100 times a second that it's checking for the keys. And that's a little too fast. I really only want to do the animation 100 times a second, let's say, but I only want to check the keys, let's say, 4 times a second. So let's make it once a second. So this if here should only execute every 100 times, because this will go 100 times a second, and every 100th time I want to check if a key is being pressed. So to accomplish that, I'm going to introduce a timer T0, and I will update it right at the end. T equals T plus 1, but it only needs to count up to 100. And I'm just going to add an if here. If T is not equal to 0, then I'm not going to check it. But the 100th time when it is equal to 0, I want to check if a key is being pressed. Else. So if it's not 0, I do nothing. But if it is 0, then we check the keys. So we save and run. I'm pressing the up key, and that's a second you see there that it's responding in. Every second it checks, and if the key is still being pressed, it responds. Okay, fine. But that's too slow, obviously. So I'm going to check it more often. I'm going to check it 4 times a second. So I'm just dividing 100 by 4, get the right number. It'll check 4 times more. Okay, that's not too bad. This is quite an abrupt jump, and I could make it smoother if I wanted to, but it's good enough for now.